Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to another day of Kit Conspiracy, where MK and I are doing the same kits or using the same kits all week long. And then next week we will switch kits. We're starting on Thursdays with our kits because that's when the first of the month was. This kit was made up of Summer Porch and the by 49 Market and P13's Sea La Vie. So I have some photos that are beachside. These are, I believe, 2016, obviously, right around Happy Valentine's Day, since there's a big Happy Valentine's Day written in the sand there. And they are photos of my cousin, his wife, his daughter, my son is there. I don't know. There's a bunch of us there just enjoying the day over in Santa Cruz at the boardwalk and hanging out, having a good time. So I am doing a double pager today. I am using the Summer Porch paper in the blue as my background, and I believe the wood grain was the Sea La Vie collection. Although, you know, I didn't just see the back of it, so I'm assuming that's what it was, and it's been a minute since I actually did this layout. So I do want to save a little bit of that red, so I'm going to gut it. Yep, there's the Sea La Vie paper. And I am using this punch. This is from Do Crafts. It is an X-Cut punch. It's a large scallop. Really hard to find and not even sure they make it anymore. So I am going to go ahead and punch that and give it a nice border. I'm going to do the other piece as well. I'm starting at the middle because I want my scallops to meet in the middle. So that's where I'm working from. When I flip it over, I know I'm looking at the edge of the punch to make sure it just goes right up to the edge of the paper. And I'm going to go ahead and just cut those off. Now I will save the little leftover strips because they make a nice little punched border edge to see if I use them again during my creating process for using this particular kit. And you know, the wood grain, they could be used on anything. And actually this red could also. So I'm doing the same thing with the red, just started where the center of the paper is going to be, where I'm going to cut it, and punching along its edge. Now this border is going to be towards the bottom of the paper going down, and then the wood piece is going to be at the top of towards the top of the paper going up, so it's kind of like the top of a fence, although I didn't really plan that it would be the top of the fence, but it works out that way. And I really like the color of that wood grain because it goes really well with the sand that is in that Happy Valentine's Day photo, and it just brings in more of those neutral colors. So I'm just marking there where I think I'm going to place everything, and I am inking it up with a little bit of Walnut Stain Distress ink from Tim Holtz. I am not inking the center piece where it actually connects the two pages. This, as you can see, is a double page layout. And I usually like my double page layouts to kind of go across the center of the two pages. That's just typically how I work, and not always, but most often. While I finish inking that, don't forget to go check out what MK is doing over on her channel today. She is using the same paper collection and embellishments. We do allow ourselves to bring in some additional embellishments as needed and some cardstock, but we don't typically, and some scrap paper. You can work out of your scrap bin, but we don't typically allow us to bring in full sheets of anything else. So that is it for how Kit Conspiracy works. Although I didn't tell you, we do have a Facebook group you can go and join, and you can play along. You don't have to have the same exact kit that we are using. You can kit something up each week throughout the month of November and try and use it as much as possible for 1 week and see how you do. If you want to make a counterfeit kit, you can do that as well. You can go and check out the kit share that we have done each Thursday for the starting of each kit's week. So if you want to try and make something out of your stash that is similar, you have that option as well. The kits might still be available over in her shop if that's something that you're interested in. The link is down below. I'm not sure if this one is still available at the timing or at the time that I actually do the voiceover for this. So I can't guarantee that, but The link is down below so you can go and check. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and get these all put down, just using my T-squared ruler to make sure it aligns properly, and then I'm going to cut it apart so that I can get my 2 pages back to being 2 pages instead of one big 12 by 24 now that it's all connected. Excuse me. I apologize for my big head in the way. I'm just trying to get it aligned horizontally and vertically, and sometimes, you know, it's hard to see that unless you're actually right above it. So my apologies for the going out of focus and it focusing on my big head. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start putting my photos down. I did print all of these on my selfie. They are smaller than a 4x6 by a bit, and I do have a white border around all of them to make them pop and give them a little differentiation on the background. So as you can see here, I've got the photos with the people in the center there at the top. You're going to see me switch this entire center column of photos around, as well as the left-hand 2 photos. And the reason for that is because there's so much white space in that bottom one, that bottom left-hand photo, and the white space is all at the top. I thought that would be a really good place to put an embellishment cluster. And currently it's just dead space between 2 sets of photos. So I'm going to move it to the top, as well as the center photo on the left-hand page where the 3 are stacked up. That's going to be at the top also because it has a little bit more room at the top of the photo to have my cluster overlap and not block anybody's heads or the view of the bottom photo that has very little sky compared to foreground in it. So I do end up putting this one at the top, but I'm going to switch the 2. So it's all going to change in just a moment here. And that is mostly because, like I said, I want to be able to build a cluster there. So I'm working with a bunch of pieces that I fussy cut out of one of the P13 papers. And you can go in, if you're not sure which paper that is, and you missed the kit share, you can go back and watch the kit share. I'll link it down below for you, or link it at the end of this video for you so that you can check that out. But most of the embellishments on this page are actually from that collection. And then I am bringing in this wood veneer from MK's shop. And I really love the dark colors of this wood veneer and the very oceany vibe they've got. So that's why I decided to pull those in. I also really love the added texture and all of the work that the wood veneer does for me. I don't have to do a ton of work because of that. I feel like the wood veneer gives you a lot of interest and really finishes off these clusters really nicely. And it's really thin. It's only 1/16 of an inch thick with an adhesive background, or it's adhesive backed, so that you just peel it and stick it. So that makes it really handy. I did try to bring in a little bit of red and blue to each one of these clusters because I felt like there's a lot of red and blue in my photos, and it was just perfect for these beachy pictures. Now I do have more beachy pictures. I did a couple of them on Friday for Mixed Media Mayhem, and then I probably have another layout to do with more photos from this particular day. And so I think that's going to be really cool to have just all of them done and out of my list of things that need to be scrapbooked if I actually had a list. But I really like Kit Conspiracy because of that. It allows me to use a large batch of photos and get them all done in 1 week. And not that this was a huge batch, but it was enough to do a few layouts with, because they don't come up and visit like this very often. And so it was kind of fun and a really fun time to just be able to spend together. So I did pull some thickers that say Good Vibes. They're in a rose gold color. I thought those matched well enough because there's lots of kind of pink undertones in the photos, and with the wood having that red background or red kind of undertone as well, it works. And that's going to go right kind of over the photo, probably in that top left-hand corner. The big bottle in the bottom right-hand corner, that was actually cut out of one of the 3x4 cut-apart sheets, and I really thought that was cute, and so I decided to go ahead and use that. And then I'm trying to figure out where to put this this fish, and I thought about overlapping it in the wood, but then I thought I'd nestle it behind some of the foliage, the oceany foliage there, and I really like the way that it ends up looking. So I think it looks really cute just to have the layers and have things tucked in, and I'm really happy with the way that this has turned out. So just using a little liquid glue to adhere everything down. I find it easier to use liquid glue than a tape runner for all of these bits and pieces, especially the ones that have the foliage that have really small areas. It's hard to get your tape runner to go over those without actually ripping anything. I probably could have used the tape runner on the bottle and the lighthouse, but I decided, you know, my glue is handy, so I'm just going to go ahead and use that. So I'm happy with the way that that's looking. I did add a little bit of foam to the back of this fish to give it a little bit of pop, just because the seahorse also has a little bit of pop, and add a little bit of dimension. I am going to cut out a little label here, and that's going to be just where I write the date and where we are at. It's a pretty well-known place, especially with the roller coaster in the background of a couple of those photos. But I wanted to go ahead and make a note of it, and just in case, you never know down the road. So just the date, and then I will probably add the people's names somewhere on either this layout or one of the other layouts that I do, just so that it is documented. But they are family members, so I pretty much know who they are. So I apologize, their faces are covered in this particular photo because this is the one I'm going to be sharing online. So they weren't covered in the actual layout process, but they're covered now. Anyway, that is it, you guys. Thanks for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. And if you have questions or comments, you can come back or leave those down below. I see I have a couple of masking pieces to remove off of the wood veneer. If you're wondering what those little light pieces are, my masking tape did not pick it up. So I will go back and do that with my tweezers. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys again with another one tomorrow. Bye-bye.